Okay, so we're just gonna kind of walk around the van today. Kind of just walk real slow, let you see no body damage, no crazy scratches or anything. The van itself is just real clean. It's, 4 years old, so I'm not gonna say it's perfect. You'll find a rock chip if you look hard or anything like that, but overall, no door dings, no scratches. Pretty much anything you see that looks like a scratch is going to be a reflection, but that's why I'm trying to kind of walk around. We were talking about how there's no obvious color change, or everything looks really good on this door. Even at different angles, everything matches like it should. Again, back to that tailgate we were looking at. Just a real clean, nice van. So kind of show you how everything works on this thing. You do have memory seats, as you'll see. It does work. And power seats. I'm going to put it forward here. One, just to kind of show that it all works. That's the back. And then we'll show, you hit the memory button and it goes back to where it was preset. So all of that works. Like I said, Matt just misunderstood. So you'll see here you got controls for your traction control, which you won't really want to ever turn off. Your parking sensors, again, don't know why you'd ever turn them off. This allows you the different camera angles here. This is your heated steering wheel. You can actually adjust your headlights. What you find with handicap vans is if you put somebody really heavy in the back in a heavy chair, it will kind of set the back of the van down, so you can actually adjust your headlights up and down right here. So once you kind of set that, you kind of forget about it. One thing on Toyotas, if you look right here, this is your power door on and off switch. This switch will get bumped every now and then, and all of a sudden both doors will quit working. So you always want to see this tiny little strip of orange here. If you see that, your doors are going to work. If you don't see it, your doors are not going to work. If you ever have to open the doors manually, be sure and turn this off. Once you turn this off, you'll see the door itself just opens and closes manually, really simple. And if it's on, when you pull the handle, the door opens itself. That is the one way you can open and close the door on the other side without putting the ramp out. So if you pull the handle, it's just going to open and close the door on both sides. Any of the other switches you use are going to put the ramp out and off. Unless you'll see here, you have a kneel on and off. So if you don't want the van to kneel, or you don't want the ramp to work, you can turn both of them off here. Again, say somebody barred the van for the day and you don't want to put the ramp in and out and messing anything up, you can actually turn everything off right here. That's the ramp on, that's the kneel on. So there's really no reason to ever turn them off, except for if you're going to be doing that. This does have the dual battery systems, as we were talking about with Matt. All of it's automatic. Just basically you have a backup battery, so if your battery's ever dead, it turns the other battery on and uses it instead. So nothing you have to actively do. It's all automatic, works it on its own. This is your easy lock system. This would be how you unlock it right here. You'll also see that this won't work if the van's running. When you crank the van, if you don't have the easy lock right there lock, then whoops, hit the phone. It's going to beep at you. You'll just push and hold this button until it quits beeping. I'm going to send it to you locked. And again, I don't even know if that's something y'all are going to use. It's really nice but you do have to have a bracket on each chair. I'm going to go over some of the rest of the stuff you have in here. Is a smart key. You don't have to do anything. You just have to have the key with you. Put your foot on the brake, push the button, everything starts. You'll see here is your tilt, up and down, also goes in and out. You'll see here, you have navigation. I personally my car has navigation. I like Apple CarPlay better, so I just let my phone hook up to it through the Bluetooth. It's kind of all up to you, what you prefer yourself. Air conditioning controls are here, front, rear. You see, you have everything here. You've got your temperature control. Again, most people are going to put it on automatic, let it do it all on its own. day, so we really don't need it at 70. But again, rear temperature, front temperature, everything there. You'll see here when you go to menu, you've got all your different options here as far as your navigation, your audio, your phone, everything Bluetooth. You can actually throw your phone, you know, onto there. Different ways you can do stuff and all. Again, as radios get complicated, but you'll see owner's manuals right there. You've got 2 glove compartments, one up here and then one down there. You'll see here your heated seats controls. You've got your USB input here along with a stereo jack, I guess. Charger port there. This your DVD player is here. And then way down here, you'll see you have a 110 outlet here. So you can just plug a 110. It has a built-in inverter. You also have 2 more, charging ports here, which are USB style ports there. So they're just way down here and nobody ever sees them. And here you're going to see more plugs here. You just got a lot of USB ports in this thing. Up here you're going to have your controls for your door, your rear hatch, your sunroofs are all here. You'll see these are all going to work here. Now when I push this button here, it is going to open the door, put the ramp out, and kneel the van down. This thing kneels way down. And so that's all the kneel there. Now, if I push this button again, it's going to close everything. I can also push this button. You'll see it comes back in. And the van goes back up. And the door's going to close. So this button, whichever is, if it's open, it's closed. If it's closed, it opens. Same thing with this button. And there's 2 more in the back I'm going to show you. You'll see all your controls here are for your lane departure, your adaptive cruise control, and all your Bluetooth stuff is here, along with your radio controls and everything like that. Cruise control is here. You'll see that it's going to come up and says radar ready. That's because the adaptive cruise control is going to, slow down if you get close to somebody and all that type of stuff. So I love that feature. So lane keep is annoying to me. I turn it off. I don't like it. That Toyotas will actually beep at you as you start to leave. It feels like you're out of your lane, and then it will actually move the steering wheel back on its own. So I don't like that. You'll see here automatic headlights, fog lights are there. And again, you have automatic windshield wipers too. You can have it set, rain sensing, it sweeps as it feels like it needs to sweep. Here you have all your controls for your garage door. You can program, the van mirror. You can program everything to where it works your garage door at your house. Again, all those instructions are in the glove compartment. I use YouTube. I have a tendency with these. I find it's much simpler to go watch a YouTube video, watch somebody actually do it, and then do it myself. I have a hard time reading instructions because it gives you different steps that I just have a hard time with. You'll see you've got sunroof here, along with you can actually open it up. It's sprinkling, so I'm gonna put it back down. But there's that. You have the same thing in the back. The sunroof opens too. So you actually have a whole sunroof back here as well. So I'm gonna hop out now and go around here. So I'm gonna show you kind of how this seat works. And so what we were talking about. So the seat itself, you can go up, you can go backwards and forwards, and then I'm going to go backwards here. And it's sort of a little dance, and I'm sure your brother will know this. Once it gets all the way back, that noise just lets you know, hey, I'm all the way back. And then you'll see this one will actually spin it around. But as you'll see here, you kind of, when you have the seat, I'm tall, so it depends on the person that's driving. But you do sometimes have to put this seat forward to make it be able to spin. Sorry for being so close. And then the feet will spin literally all the way around to here. So you'll see what I was talking about is, you'll see this little footrest. See how it slides back so that the person has somewhere for their feet to sit while the seat is sliding backwards. And then when it spins around, there's nothing there. Your feet are kind of dangling. I'm gonna kind of sit here, kind of show you real quick. You were talking about, or asking about, whoops. I always hit the wrong one when I'm doing it myself. So when I get to here, put my feet on here, you always want to make sure this is all the way around, all the way down, and then you want to go all the way forward. Again, I have really long legs, so I'm going to put this seat all the way back. What you want to do is, your factory controls are on this side of the seat. So you want to use them to make yourself comfortable. I'm going to actually put the power seat all the way back from the factory controls. You want this to be all the way forward. And I'm going to kind of show you down. So when it's all the way forward, you'll see down here, this meets up against the thing. So this is where your factory floor would be. So your foot pedals are here, and you just drive like normal. You just drive like your normal, regular. It doesn't make any difference because this floor is there instead of this floor, which is, you know, this much further lower. And so, but that's how that seat works. Toyotas have a little deal where you can adjust the armrest. There's a button on this side. So you can adjust the armrest to where you want it, to what's comfortable for you. So I get people like, oh, the armrest is too low, but then if you push this button, then it'll be there. It just adjusts however you adjust it. And you'll see your rear seat is back here. DVD player is up here. You can also control this sunroof. I think there's a button up there that you have to turn on and then close it back up. Now, one thing I will show you over here, this is your first backup for your sure deploy. Remote control here, little storage compartment with headphones in it here. You do have shades on these windows back here. So if you need some privacy, it's on all 4 of the back windows. Now, you'll see here, this button here is what we're going to talk about. So the person in the back can let themselves out. If you push that button I just pushed, it's going to do what we did before. Open the door, put the kneel down, and put the ramp out. And all. I'm going to close this button here. So you got that. You got all your straps for the seatbelt. Now Toyotas are that the seatbelt in the front is different from the seatbelt in the back. So here's your seatbelt for the person in the back. You'll see if you're going to remove this seat, which all you do is you just pull this handle here, the whole seat will come out, unscrew it here, you can roll it out. Your brother, your mom, you can park them right here. If you need to move this here, you just put this up and slide it. You just pull up on this little black button here, push that back in and slide, it locks into place. You'll see up here, there is another set of tracks there. There's also one in the corner right there if you take this seat out. So again, if you take this seat out, it just rolls out, roll it in the house, and you can park the wheelchair right there. I don't know if that's something y'all's gonna be doing or not. Your easy lock system is here. I am going to lock it so it's not beeping at you every time when you start the van. You'll see that's all there is to locking it. If you decide you want to take this out, any mechanic can take it out. It's not simple, it just unbolts. It's a $2,500 part, so once you take it out, nobody will put it back in. So I try to leave it in case people decide that they want it. Sometimes people decide it's in the way, and they just take it out. But unfortunately, once you take it out, you have to throw it away. You'll see here, this is a remote control. This does the same thing that those buttons up there do. It just, if the person is in the wheelchair and they need to grab this and because they can't reach the button, it gives them that ability. This, you would think they would have a good place to put this, but there really isn't. This is your master override. You'll see that red button comes on and it's beeping. With that on, this will all work. But again, if all of a sudden you start hearing that beep and this light's on, you just have to turn that off. Again, this just kind of has to loop here. There's not a really good place to put it. Not my favorite design. So I'm gonna put this up. Again, push the same button. All this is gonna work. You'll see the van going up. And then the door's gonna shut. Back here, you will see another outlet for the 110, more outlets for 12 volt. All your controls for the VMI module are back here. You have to take this cover off. Really no reason you should ever have to do it. Every now and then, if you replace the battery, you will see that you have to run the door a couple of times before it starts working. These seats back here will fold. You'll see they don't fold up and disappear like they used to because they don't have anywhere to go now, but they will fold forward or back up. But you can lay them forward so that you do have that extra there. You'll see here where the seats would have folded into before. This is really tricky to get off. They make it almost impossible. I gotta lay the phone down and use 2 hands. Your spare tire's under there. That pops in. Your jack and everything is over here. You'll see it in there. That's it right there. So everything is there. Spare tire and everything like that. You have power hatch. So you have this button here, the button up above the windshield. And if the van's not running, you can do it with this. You will see that on the Toyotas, with the van running, the remote doesn't work. So nothing's gonna happen with the van running. It beeps at you, tells you no. Show you back over here real quick. Again, as I said, the only way to get it in and out the van without the ramp coming out is just pulling the handle. One thing you're gonna find, you're gonna have people that walk up, pull this handle, they try to open the door manually, they're fighting with it, you're like, no, it's power, stop. Instead of letting go, they're gonna force the door back closed. They won't hurt anything, but the next time you run it, the ramp may not come out. Don't panic, just cycle it a couple of times, it'll be fine. Again, push the button, it does the opposite. You'll see here, everything is automatic. I push these buttons, all the windows are gonna come down. Pull them back up. All the windows go back up. So again, there literally is nothing that doesn't work. You will see here, you have power rear vent windows. I don't know if y'all use those up there. Don't use them here really in Texas. We either like air conditioning or heat. There's no in between. So, but you do have those vent windows there and all. You got your power mirrors are power. They will fold in. You'll see they fold in. Push it back out that way, they go back out. Then of course your controls for them are here. Power memory settings, which I think we covered in the beginning. Your lumbar support is here. Your power seat is here. It's beeping at me because I have the key outside the van. It doesn't like that. You do have, again, have power seats on this side as well. You'll see all of this works. This doesn't go up and down, it just goes back and forth. But again, this is your floor. You'll see this is where the normal height's gonna be. You'll see here, it's that much lower. So when you take this seat out, if you decide to take it out, the floor is gonna be here. It's gonna be all nice and flat for the wheelchair. And everything works just like it should. You're just not gonna find anything that doesn't work. Let me turn it off right quick. So you'll see everything is touch here. That locks it. I'm holding it so I can't pull the handle. But when you come up to it, you just pull it once, pull it twice, and it opens up. Same thing, lock it here. You can also, you See, these won't work. You can open the rear hatch, I believe. And same thing on this side. You just pull the handle and it opens up. So, or you can lock it. So all of that works right there. You'll see with the Toyotas, you push and hold the button for it to work. I'm going to kind of open everything up. So you'll see open up both doors, open up that. Because I did this with the remote, everything is going to work. I'm going to close these. And again, van has to not be running for the remote to work. It does not work with the van running with the remote. That's a panic phone call. Because you don't have to put the remote in and like a key, I get that panic phone call. Oh, nothing's working. And I'm like, how you operate it? Well, with the remote. Is the van running? Yes. Not going to work. People will start the van so the air conditioning is running. Then they get out and try to use the remote to operate everything. It's not going to work. If the van's running, all those interior buttons that we did, those work. So other than that, that is pretty much all the information on the van. If there's anything that you don't know how it works or you can't figure out, I want to show you one more thing. So if for some reason your battery's dead, nothing will work. This is the second manual way to do it. So you will just stick this in here. You're gonna pop this little cover out, and then you will just stick this down in here, and you can crank the ramp. And it literally will only go one way. You will stick it down in that hole, and then you will crank the ramp in and out that way. It is just a hand crank. You'll see these gears go down in there, and that's all there is to it. And then it just puts the ramp in and out. The sure deploy, which is here, is manual, is a power way of doing it. You push and hold this button until it starts beeping. It's going to start off with a solid beep, and then it's going to change to a beep, beep, beep. And once you do that, this button here, again, only puts the ramp in and out. It does not open the door. You have to open the door manually like we talked about before. Turn that button off up there, put the ramp in and out, open the door manually. Those are just backup features. So again, you have 3 different ways. You're never gonna get stranded in the van because you can't get the ramp out. The one other thing I want to show you, there's so many things on this. So your footrest is here, and it's kind of tricky. You pull up and down. A lot of people just try to pull on it and it won't come out because of that. So you'll see everything here. This is your manual release for your Neo is in here. All those instructions are all in the owner's manual. So to close this back up, it just clicks into place. So there you go with all that. So anything else you need, this is still gonna get put up. This is actually goes in this door. The one other thing, because again, panic phone call I get, your child safety lock on Toyotas is right here. And because it's a handicap van and people are going in and out in a handicap, a lot of people will like put their hand going out that door and they'll hit this button because it's really simple. If all of a sudden just this door over here stops working, but this door's still working, and when you push that button, it beeps, but it works with the remote, but it doesn't work from the buttons. It's this child safety lock got hit. Again, it's just people wiping it down. They put their hand on here. It's a little easier to hit than I would like, but once you turn it on, everything goes back to working normally. So there you go. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions at all, give me a call. Thanks again.